Hey guys, Murugi Munyi here.
It's Lydia KM.
And we're back again with another episode of
The Messy Inbetween. It's definitely TMI.
our final episode in this season. Guys, we haven't shot for a minute. COVID tried to end me, but who is God?
But who is God?
Who is God,
Whom's
guys?
is God?
We are so sorry we didn't have an episode up last week. Literally, we were crying.
We did cry.
We actually cried.
We
Actual
did.
tears. But
For
like
real.
we're here. We're here now, and we're so excited to be bringing you another episode. And this is the last in the series of Unspoken Rules of, which we have really enjoyed. I've had so much fun with this.
Yeah. Who knew there were so many rules for everything?
And when we did the first one, we didn't know we were going to do so many in the series. But
Yeah.
like here we are. If you have ideas of other series we should do, please let us know as well, right?
Yeah.
So today we are talking about unspoken rules of dating.
Yeah.
Dating, not to be confused with being in a relationship, not to be confused with talking stage.
Yes.
It is in between. Describe dating to
Yes,
for us.
I feel like the dating we are referring to, anything can be dating. If you go on 2 dates with someone, you can say you're dating in America or whatever.
Yeah.
But the dating we're talking about is like the dating where, number one, you're looking for something serious. And number two, it's progressed enough that it's something which you want to deal with like delicately, you know? You know, in the first 2-3 dates, like, I mean, do what
Even
you want.
that's dating,
Huh?
Lydia. Even that, the
Really?
first two dates. Yeah.
But then at that time, you're probably doing that with like 3 other people. We can't give rules there. But
jeez,
once
okay,
you start seeing like, okay, this could be serious, that period, so that you can make it develop into a healthy relationship.
Yes, yeah. And it might be exclusive, it might not, but you are seeing each other regularly enough for you to be like, this is someone who is in my life.
Yeah.
Who is in your life. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so these are unspoken rules of dating. All right. If you know you fall in that category, listen clearly. And this is not, remember what you were saying when we were at the table, you were like, this is not for people who you're just looking to use people like for money. If you're looking for a sugar baby or a sugar daddy,
is not it.
That's not dating.
Yeah.
What is that?
That's still
That's an
dating,
investment,
but just
isn't
not us.
Yeah,
That's not what we're talking
that's
about.
What we're talking about.
You
Exactly.
do you. Want that.
You do you, boo. You do you. All right. So my first rule of dating. Communicate about exclusivity, because that's one of the things that we've mentioned. You can't assume that because you're not seeing anyone else. You can't assume that the other person is not seeing someone else. And if you've not actually had that conversation, you can't even get mad if they actually start talking about, yesterday I was on a date with someone else. You can't can't get mad about it if you've not communicated what your wants are and they haven't told you exactly that you guys are exclusive.
Period. That's like the 2021 rule.
Yeah.
Communicate what you want with someone and don't assume ever. There's people here who are saying that they assumed me. I just assumed I'm his girlfriend and now I'll be married with 2 kids.
Yeah.
Don't use that as your rule of thumb. Just be clear and open and honest.
Exactly.
Yeah, that goes without
But
saying.
also, that being said, I feel like good dating etiquette is like, if I am on a date with you, ideally I shouldn't be talking about how I was on a date with someone else yesterday.
yes.
Like, unless I want to hurt your feelings, unless I hate you,
Yeah,
and I want to hurt you. Where am I saying? Where am I talking about that? Yeah.
the other person decides to ask me.
Okay, yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
if you ask me, then I'll
that's on you.
Exactly.
But that truthfully,
Yeah.
you don't discuss it.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Agreed.
you don't. All right, then my first rule is be the interviewer, not the interviewee. And this is especially for women, right? We date from the place of, will he like me? What can I do to make him like me?
Yeah.
Am I what
Am
he
I wife
wants?
material?
Yes, am I wife material? What boxes should I take for him to want me? But the truth is, the question is, do I even like him? Do I even
good
like
one.
him?
Yeah.
Go into it trying to find what about him makes him the man for you, as opposed to you trying to be the woman for him.
That's such a good
Right?
rule.
And guess what? How many people have we been with where afterwards it's like, did I even
But
like
why
this
is it-
guy?
Yeah.
Because we just want to be approved by any guy we meet. And half the time we don't even like them. They're not even our
Absolutely.
type.
And I think that's to do with like scarcity mentality. Is like you maybe you haven't been with someone for so long, so when anyone shows interest in you, it's just like, oh, finally,
Yes.
okay,
Oh,
fine,
thank
okay,
God.
you
What can
not
I do?
even
What
pause
can
to
I
see,
do?
do I actually like him? Oh, that's
you
such a
actually-
great rule.
Yes.
Yeah,
Be the interviewer.
exactly.
Yeah.
All right, my next one is don't string anyone along.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
not
like
great
if I mean the
integrity.
point of dating for me is to have fun. Like when I was dating, it's just to have fun. It's just like you're here, we are getting to know each other. But if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
If it does, let's see where it goes.
Great.
Kind of things like
Yeah.
great. But if at any point you already know this person, you're not going to marry this person, or if that's your end goal, or if you just
Yeah.
know this person is not a long-term person,
No
but
way
you
would
can
they.
see they are falling for you. You can see month after month, you
And
guys
you
or whatever.
always know.
Exactly, and they've already said I love you, and you're just there. Thank you.
Yeah.
Why is that person like? Just have a conversation and
Yeah.
just tell them, you know what, this was really fun. I actually used to have like a text that I had already put in my
I
draft.
remember
You
this.
remember
So
that, right?
genius.
And it would
So
just say something
genius.
like, I've really enjoyed the time we've spent together. Unfortunately, I just don't see you in my future. Thank you so much for your time, and I wish you all the best. Something like
think
that. Yeah.
That is so amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You date with so much intention.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
You don't date with so much intention?
Your level is
It was like
it's
really-
smooth up there. Like a text.
Yeah.
A text.
To just be able to say.
Yeah, and I feel like this usually happens with women, again, with a scarcity mentality.
Yeah.
That how many do we hear? Like, this guy is amazing, he treats me so nice, blah, 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 he's got money, blah, 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 but he's not my type.
But
I'm
he's
not sexually
not my-
attracted to
yeah.
him. Then what? Now what are we gonna do?
And then you'll end up on TMI talk after like 3 years saying, oh, this guy is so great, but I just don't feel him. I'm cheating with
Yes.
my ex. Why? Because you're
Why?
not actually into him.
You're not
Yeah.
with that person. That's
Yeah.
definitely a good one. My other one is don't decide for them if they're the one. Let them do that for themselves. And the way I mean this is that, like, when you get with someone, for whatever it is, women, the first 5 characteristics we see that we like, that's it.
Yeah.
We are done. And now you know that your first child is gonna be Dan.
Yeah.
Your second is gonna be
Nancy.
Sally. You've decided the end. And then
Yeah.
what happens is that you start pushing someone towards a picture that they probably never fit in the first
Yeah.
place. Let them show you, based on their actions and
Yeah.
who they are, that they actually are like the guy for you,
Yeah.
as opposed to predetermining it from
Yeah.
the beginning.
Because they're tall and handsome.
Because
and
they're
dark.
tall, handsome, dark,
Yeah.
and they make you laugh, and they were polite to the waiter. And stop using that as a rule for the. Actually, that's why people are nice
Is
people.
the standard that low?
Yes. You don't
the
hear
bar
that?
that low?
Actually, the one thing that I need
Is
is
for a
that he was
man who is
nice
good.
to be the waiter. That's how you know. That's it. Forget that he whoops me.
But he was nice to the waiter.
to the
Don't
waiter.
forget that.
Don't forget that.
Yep.
That is a really low bar because
Yeah.
people know that now.
Yeah.
So when you go to a restaurant, no one's going to be like, all right, mood. They're not going to do that.
Yeah.
So them being polite to the waiter doesn't mean that they're a nice person. Please.
That
but I
being
used
said,
to
I
do
have
that.
been with men who are mean to the waiter.
Are
and
you
that
kidding me?
Yeah, and that was a huge red flag.
Yeah,
So
oh yeah,
it
that's a
happens,
huge
yeah.
red flag. But just because they're nice
Yeah.
to the waiter doesn't mean they're nice.
They're the one.
I used to do that, and I found that it's like a few characteristics. They're ambitious. They're this. They're this, and then I conclude. So now when I find myself in a situation where I've invested all my time in this person,
Yep.
and I'm trying to kind of move back because I'm just like, is this the same person I saw? It's because you went in it with them
your mind,
and
yeah.
already concluded that he's the one.
And you know,
But
I
he
think
was
when you
not.
have that mentality, it makes you so unable to see red flags.
Oh,
it makes the red flags kind of
oh.
pink.
Oh, say
it
it
makes them
again,
kind of
say
like
it again.
very light
Yes,
kind of red. Because
yes.
you're already like, he has all these amazing things, but he's
But-
narcissistic. But he has all these
Yeah.
amazing things, but
Yeah.
also he sleeps around. But you know,
Yes,
he's
and I
also-
feel like that's why
Yeah.
sometimes those lists that we put on people
Yeah.
sometimes can really get you off because
Exactly.
yes, he takes all the box, but the fundamental like integrity and like general respect for human life they don't have.
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely
for sure.
agree. I love that point. Okay, my next one is curtail your sexpectations is what I have called them. I feel like right now we are living in an era of casual sex. I mean,
We are,
let's
fact,
be honest, we're all
period.
living in an era of casual
Yeah.
sex. But I feel like when you are in the season of dating, different people have different dating preferences. There's people who will put out on the first date, which is perfectly fine if that's
Yeah.
what you guys are. I mean, if everyone is okay with that. I mean, when me and Zach met, got a first night. Anyway,
Say what's up. Say what's up.
so yeah, but you might meet somebody who maybe they're not comfortable getting intimate with you until they're sure that you guys are exclusive. Because remember, we said dating, people might be open,
Yeah.
and I feel like if someone is not comfortable doing it, maybe then just go find somebody who is, or you just respect somebody else's sexual decisions and just try and see where it goes, I guess.
And guess what? That's one of the ways you can see whether or not you guys are on the same line with the fundamental stuff. Because if you're like, I don't want to be intimate until we are married, and he's like, that's not gonna work for him.
Then
Don't hear that as, you work towards me. Just hear that's not going to work.
Exactly.
And it's going to be a problem in the end. What's my next one?
But so you advise people to have sex on the first date, third date, fourth date, fifth date?
I feel like, holding that for yourself is just so intense. And then guess what? Just because you didn't have sex in the first date doesn't mean that now you're going to lead to marriage. It doesn't mean anything. But because we are all comfortable or with different things sexually, you do what makes you feel
comfortable. Yeah.
But when you come to me and you tell me you had sex with a guy in the first day, I'm not the one who's going to jump up and down and be like, oh my God, this is the worst thing.
Exactly.
No, it's just like, okay, girl, how was it?
Yeah. And don't hold on to like the society standards so much, because society will have you believing that, a woman who puts out on the first date. But when a man does it, it's like, whoa, you got her in bed on the first date.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's an age of men who now know that doesn't actually matter.
It doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter.
Because for in bed, I've also decided I want to be here.
Exactly.
So,
yeah. It takes maturity, because I see people in the hood. I see you a lot in the hood.
Ghetto
for
hood.
real.
Yeah.
This one for me, I always say that everything is towards women. Of course, this counts for men as well. But it's like women are the ones who are just constantly in the ghetto.
Yeah.
Take your time. Right? Another thing about scarcity mentality is that we are always feeling like we need things to be decided what they are immediately. Yeah. And sometimes that period before we're just dating of your end relationship, that's the time you get to really see who someone is. And when you take your time with that, you are deciding as it comes, as opposed to now feeling like, oh my God, what if I don't get with him? And then will he leave? What will happen? What if we're seeing other people?
Like, let's just relax.
Yeah, you're making decisions from a place of desperation, and nothing good comes out of that. I feel like taking your time is the amount of things I could have avoided in my lifetime.
Yep.
Just by that one. Forget all other rules. That one.
Yeah.
Take your time.
Yeah. I saw a quote actually on social media yesterday, which was saying the biggest lie we've been sold is that you need to do things by a particular time in your life. And I feel like, especially if you had already always said by 25 I want to be married, and now you're 26 or now you're 27, suddenly now every man you meet, you're just like, could he be my husband? Could he be the one? Could this be? And then you make things seem like a lot more complex and a lot more like intense than they need to be, right? And then
that was me.
Yeah, that was you, right?
That was me. My last relationship, I definitely had the picture of, we just met, I was 27 years old, and then we're gonna date for like we're gonna date for like a year and a half or 2 years, get engaged, then have a kid at 30. Then you are your life is being decided by something that has nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
And let me tell you the truth. So the other day Joe was shouting at me, not literally, but
kind of.
Yeah. And she was talking about how, like, when you're not married with kids, you've got so much free time.
Yeah.
Right? When I say maybe kids, you have so much of your free time.
Yeah.
And I think because I'm constantly anticipating having kids, I've never been present with the freedom of not.
And I was like,
you changed my perspective.
Oh, really?
You changed my perspective for sure.
Exactly. And for me, I always feel like because I had my son so young, I feel like I didn't have like that open stretch of like, it's post uni, I'm earning money, I'm living life, and like have that freedom. So whenever I see people in that space, I'm just like, enjoy it. There's joy
That's not
in
what
that.
You say. You are quite angry about it, but
but I feel like there's joy in that season. Of course, there's also extreme joy in this season, right?
Yeah.
But like, I feel like that's why I always say, and just enjoy whatever season you're in.
I'm telling you, I have heard that a million times, but Joe, you changed. My perspective
by how I said it, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Not the loud shouting, but the truth.
Yeah. Okay. All right. My next one is.
Oh, was that?
Yeah, it was you who. That was your point.
Oh wow. Okay.
Do you want to give another point?
No, it's okay, baby.
Thank you, baby. My next one is: don't let the past control how you date. I know it's really difficult. Like, that's a very broad statement, and I know it just sounds really nice. But my point is that dating is fun, as I've mentioned. It's fun. It's like, okay, you meet people all the time, and like you go maybe on a couple dates, it didn't work out. You go another one, maybe you guys are together 2 months, 3 months, it doesn't work out. But it's a season. It's like unemployment when you're looking for a job. It's kind of just like that. It gets really frustrating at some point, but it's like something because you want to find a life partner, then you just keep doing it. But I know that sometimes it can feel really. It's like really just a lot. You know what I'm saying?
Of course
of course, after you've had like a couple of instances, like maybe you had a bad relationship or you had or whatever, you can tell yourself, okay, you know what, I'm never dating again. I'm never dating again because all men are trash. And then even when a good man comes into your life, you can't even appreciate it because you're just like, I just know he's not going to text me back. I just know he's going to ghost after we have sex. I just know that. Give him a chance to prove himself as himself, because not all men are your ex.
Yeah.
All right?
I feel like that I mean, if you heard anything from this episode, please hear that one, because I've always thought maybe it's me, but I don't see in other like so many other people. But my heart heals itself. I always have this positive anticipation that love can be better for me.
I don't think it heals itself. I think you actively do work to heal it, like with your affirmations, with your reading, with your meditating, with your being the best version of yourself. Yeah. That helps you be able to be optimistic about life. I think so.
Because I've always seen that. Anyone who's ever done anything wrong, that's just what happened with them. Or if the situation went wrong, that's just what happened over there.
Yeah,
that doesn't conclude the rest of my life.
Yeah. Like you don't start thinking, okay, maybe I'm just averse to love. Maybe I'm hard to love. Maybe I'll never find a partner.
I don't think I ever thought that. Maybe there was something somewhere deep down that your mom never come to the
your mom ingrained in you is like, Lydia, you are beautiful. You're beauty. Lydia is beauty.
My mom has always told us that you're important. I feel like that's a good one.
Exactly.
You're important.
And I think believing that there's love, you are lovable, and that somebody is going to come into your life who will love you the way you want to be loved. I think just believing that is going to go a long way in helping you in dating.
For sure. Yeah. Why not you? Why not you? Yeah.
Wow. Love that.
For real. My other one is have fun. Please.
Yeah, that was one of mine as well.
Please.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I feel like especially in your 20s, everything is so intense.
Yeah.
My goodness. But guess what? So many people are coming as passerbys. They're just coming to say hello and go home.
Yeah.
They're coming to have dinner and go back to their house. Stop keeping people locked in your house.
Yeah.
Like
wow. If you are keeping people locked in your house, that's kidnapping. Please stop.
Stop, please. But what I mean is, like, people are passing through your life in like a lesson, 2, maybe 3, and then they're going to move on. Not every single person is supposed to be forever. So when you're going there, have fun, be light about it, enjoy the person there instead of projecting all your hopes and desires, all your past, all your traumas onto this one experience. Then you go home and you're so intense. You've told your friends that he's the one over what though? If you think about it,
he's the 4th one in the month.
Exactly.
In this month.
Yes. Yeah. Enjoy it.
I think I used to be that kind of person. Actually, maybe I am still that kind of person. Like I feel like it's a difficult thing for me to let go of like friendships and even like people who, even if they're not friendships, just like acquaintances. And when I realize I'm like, oh, we're not speaking that often, I start feeling bad about that instead of just being like, it was nice while it lasted and kind of like next thing. Thank God I'm not dating.
But I feel like I have fragments of that, but I feel like usually it's because some of my self-esteem, especially in the past, was tied to what people thought of me. So I didn't feel bad like, oh no, we've gone our separate ways. It was more like, oh, what went wrong? What did I do wrong?
Yeah. Which is a healthy way to process the thing. No,
thinking
to say,
that you're the wrong.
No. I mean, what went wrong?
What went wrong?
What did I do wrong? Not what went wrong.
Yeah, what went wrong is healthy, but the way I used to think about it, like, what's wrong? What did I do?
Yeah. Okay. My last one. When you're dating somebody, put in some effort, like to look nice, to dress nice, I mean, because like all those things really, a lot of them will change when you get married or like later on in a relationship and everyone has relaxed. When you're dating, at least you can maintain a certain standard. But that certain standard should not be so outside who you are as a person. Like just be yourself. You can't be like this. Okay. You look like the kind of person who would wear makeup to every date though. I think you are.
I don't think I would go on a date without makeup.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like a full beat, but
at least looking,
feeling
but
good.
You see, that's who you are. So it's not that you like now once you start dating, like one first date, that's the only day you've worn makeup.
Done.
And then now there's no other, like just be yourself. If your self is to wear makeup and dress nicely and every date, if you're a man, you're in a tuxedo, then wear your tuxedo. But if you know it's not you, don't even start that way. Just start how you intend to continue. That's what I would say.
So Joe told me this as well. Like I remember so many things because some of the things you do are just so far different from me. So Joe told us that when she used to go on a date, I guess it was Zach, I don't know if it was everyone else, but she used to write the points of what she wanted to discuss.
Oh yeah.
That is preparation.
Talking points. Yeah.
Preparation. Like just so what she does, they don't lose. That is so. Do you know actually that I think that's one of the things that you are best at, preparation.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Are usually so prepared with things, and I love it. So yeah, that can be one of them.
Exactly.
So that you don't go expecting him to be the one who rides the entire conversation, and you go home saying that he's boring, but you were boring.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But me, like, because of me, that's a deal breaker when I used to date. It's like, how is the conversation? When you feel like, when I feel like I'm the only one carrying the whole conversation, that's just so, it's like, no, I can't. I can't do
Especially as
that.
a talker.
Especially as a
People
talker,
use that. Like, oh, okay, she talks a lot. She'll do all the work.
And it's not like he has to be a talker, but like, meet me somewhere. Like, let's engage at some point, you know, like, let's have some kind of, you know, back and forth.
It's true. But yeah, making effort sets the tone for so many things. Whether it's just like looking good or being on time or maybe being a bit more invested in what kind of dates you guys do so that you can have so much fun.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a really good one.
Absolutely. That was my last one. Do you have another one?
I have one.
Okay.
This one. No one is perfect, so have grace. I feel like there's an idea we have, like you've decided who you want, and now everyone who doesn't fit that becomes problematic or wrong or bad, or you know, you're not seeing people from who they actually are. You are seeing them from this idea of this is what the perfect person is. So anyone who falls a little short becomes a bad person or undateable or whatever. Give people the grace that you want to be given. You've gone to dinner, maybe you've said the wrong thing. The grace you'd want him to give you,
it's like, please come back. I promise I'm smart. I promise I'm smart. Just because I didn't know who the deputy president is doesn't mean that I'm not smart.
So let me tell you this. There was somebody who I was seeing, and this is precisely for that, because I remember the lack of grace I was given. So we were discussing some of like the things that are just like, you know, a bit off-putting or whatever, and he was just like smoking when women smoke. He doesn't like when women smoke. Fine. Then I was just like, for me, I find it kind of normal, like visually, when I see a white person smoking, a white woman smoking, as opposed to a black woman. I find it really weird. For him, that was crossing the line.
Was he white?
No.
Oh, okay.
He was black. I was just like, there was no even like giving reason. He had now decided at that point, racist. I'm a self-hating black woman, and I am putting black women in a box. Whereas the thing is, I have seen less black women smoke than white. So then when I see the difference, I do find it a bit more, oh my God.
Okay, so the relationship went nowhere. You did not
grace, guys. Grace, because that could have been him who said something which maybe I misunderstood. And I should have given him grace the way, but he didn't give me grace.
I 100% agree with that, but I also want to put like a caveat or like a but also. I feel like in your dating life is like probably the only time in your whole romantic career, you're gonna say romantic career, in your romantic career that you can actually be as choosy as you want to be. Because at the point at which it's become a relationship or it's become marriage, it's less likely that you're able to be like, exactly. So at the beginning, you literally have the bandwidth to be able to be like, no, I don't like it. I don't like how this person laughs. I don't like how this person whatever. And that's, I don't like how this person chooses, and that's it. And then you can just be like that. But just be sure that you're not now discounting the one just because of a small silly reason.
Yeah,
you know?
sure. Yeah, that's a good balance.
Yeah, it's a good balance.
Yes, give people grace, but not the grace of overt racism.
Yeah,
exactly.
Overt racism. I mean,
you know, give grace, but then also balance it with like what you actually want from people.
Can I tell my story of my hate, the person I went on a date with, the one which I told you and you laughed out loud so much. So this is my worst experience of a date as we close, as pastors would say. So I went on a date with this guy. This was before I met Zach, and he was like 2015. And we went on the date. Things were pretty nice. He seemed like a relatively nice guy. And now that was the time that alcohol blow had started being a thing. So on our way home, the guy was dropping me home. I don't know where my car was. Maybe I think I'd taken a cab just because I didn't want to drive or anything because I would be drinking. On the way home, because he was taking me on Langata Road, we get to Alcoblo. So, and it was like he had been drinking. And the second we get to where the Alcoblo is and we see there's Alcoblo, how did this guy turn to me and start abusing me? He's like, what's wrong with you, bitch? I told you, why did you tell me there's going to be Alcoblo? I hate this. This is why I don't even... Like, he was yelling at me. This man had been perfectly nice he was good to the waiter. He was great to the waiter. He was great to the waiter. Exactly. And then at that point, hearing me, I was just looking at him like, even my dad has never yelled at me like that, you guys. Even my dad has never shouted at me like that. Like, he was abusive. He's like, I swear to God, like, this is why I don't even go on dates, you women. You don't even want... Immediately, we crossed the alcohol blow like this, guys. He was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I just kind of lost my temper. Red flag. And I was not waiting. I was not waiting for that to be the day he's now yelling at me, beating me in a house. No, after that day, I was just like, I never picked up his call, blocked him instantly.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's a perfect balance of grace, but no, that's insane.
Yeah,
Especially when you don't know.
See, exactly. There's some things you see, and please don't let it be now. It's like 2 years into marriage. It's like, when did you first see the signs of this? On our first date, and here we still are. Yeah.
Yep, I saw a red flag on our first date. I think I shared last time, and boom.
Which one?
The red, when I said, can you, we said it in the live, sorry. I was like, the way you spoke to me, like, was a bit harsh. So if you want to give me critique, I would appreciate if you were a bit more delicate.
Yeah.
Right? And the response was, you're so I'm so disappointed. Like, I gave you.
Imagine, is he your dad? Is he your father?
Is your father?
Exactly, yeah.
That was a red flag.
So extend grace, but also now when you see something that you know is going to be problematic, please exit stage left.
100%.
Stage left. We hope you've enjoyed hearing our unspoken rules of dating. Please leave them in the leave yours in the comments so that we can all learn. Me, I'm out of the dating stage. Yeah. But you're also kind of out of the dating.
I'm technically still dating.
Yes, okay, you're technically still dating.
By the way, if you're not married, you're dating.
Yeah. Oh, you're in a relationship. Well, you're dating, but right now you're dating one man.
I'm dating one man.
Exactly. Yeah. Please let us know your rules as well. We really want to hear them. And we hope you've enjoyed listening to us. I've really enjoyed speaking.
And we could do so much. We could do so many of these.
I know.
I have like
so
25.
Yeah. Just that because we don't have the episode that long. Exactly, guys. But let us know your comments down below. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe to this YouTube channel and follow us on our podcast platforms. If you're listening on a podcast, we love you guys and we really thank you for your support.
Thank you. As much as we love creating content for this podcast, the thing we love the most is the engagement we get from the content, especially on our YouTube comments. You guys go hard. And let's first of all shout out our Premier Gang, the people who watch that at 12 sharp.
Literally, guys, it's like you're following there. Jesus. We love it. We love it so much. And we always try to be on there so that we can be chatting with you guys live as you guys are actually watching it. Yeah. It's fantastic. And then also, as we are watching it, sometimes we've forgotten what we've said. Yeah. So it's so nice to watch.
I'm
fresh
like, again.
Lydia, that's what I said. It's so funny.
Yeah, so we appreciate you so much. If you do want to be part of the Premier Gang, please, on our YouTube channel, you can subscribe and put on the bell so that you can know when 12 o'clock gets there, you'll be the first. So for today's fun shout out, this is for our last episode 7, which is Unspoken Rules of Sex, which you guys loved so much. That was funny.
Oh, it was funny.
Yeah. So Anne Thuku, you're saying, I definitely enjoyed this episode so much. Another sex rule for me is please match my efforts. Please, thank you. Love you, ladies.
But what if he can't?
Wait, what do you mean?
What if he can't match your effort? Like, what if you're like above and beyond and like he can't?
Hey, I don't think so. So I'm like, write it.
Yeah, and he's just like,
you're like, oh. I don't think so.
We can't.
We are not matched then.
We are not. Yeah, exactly.
We are not
Let's go find other people.
Please, thank you. This is Nyambura Keroro. You're saying, love you too. I also appreciate how you've embraced sex. It's a topic most people don't feel comfortable talking about. Happy in betweener. I love that. Yeah,
we love you.
Guess
in-betweeners.
We are having more sex than we are like walking or working or doing anything else.
All of us, even
all of us. So why are we pretending that it's not happening?
Exactly.
Why? Yes, and we also have Precious Ojuka. You're saying, because he's in the mood doesn't mean I am also in the mood. We should normalize other ways of intimacy as well.
Okay,
I agree, especially me who embraces other forms of intimacy. I feel like we can raise that bar as well. Not every day that the only way we're getting intimacy from each other is sex. No.
Okay. Me personally, I don't agree because me
sex is sex.
Sex is sex because I'm like we are in such different like lines of work and everyone is just living their own life during the day. If we are constantly waiting for the time that we are both in the mood,
oh no, I feel like the first line of that, it's not going to work that way. Yes. But the getting more ways of intimacy, I like that.
Absolutely. Yeah. And me, I feel upset when I'm in the mood and he's like, he's not in the mood because me, I just feel like, can't you just try? Just can you just try? So even when he's in the mood and I'm not, I will do whatever it takes to get in the mood. And no one ever regrets the sex once you've already started it.
Like I feel like you're a champion with that.
I'm a champion among women.
Jesus,
all right. Another comment from Rose. You said, wishing our babe Murugi speedy recovery. We want this type of content for many more generations to come. Thank you, Han. I am feeling so much better. For those of you who are not following us on our Instagram, TMI Podcast KE, first of all, shame on you. Secondly, please follow us there because we had updated that I had COVID. That's why we're not able to shoot. That's why we didn't have an episode last week. But yeah, we are back. We are feeling great. Someone else said, Waidira Shege, you said, are you gonna wash yourself for me? Took me out. That was Lydia. Lydia's comment. She was like, Daddy, are you gonna wash yourself for me? It's like when a man insists you shower. That's what we were saying, right?
We were saying like they can't have you in
When
any
you've
way except
not-
for perfectly clean.
Oh, God,
so they
yeah.
find little subliminal ways to tell you to
Yes,
wash.
and then my last comment, my last shout out is Nancy Ndonge, who is in studio with us right now. She said, really enjoyed this episode. Foreplay before the actual act, please. It's definitely TMI.
Fact.
Yeah.
Period. Where
Yeah.
are you going without foreplay?
Me, I feel like
but we already said Joe's foreplay is.
Yeah.
Then you're good
That's
to
it,
go.
we are done. Even
Yeah.
now. Oh, does this mean you want to have sex? Me, I'm like, it depends. Some days it's for making love. Some days it's just for... That's it. That's all. That's it.
Me, my foreplay needs to come. Whether it's just like cuddling
Every
or the
time.
not necessarily like the whole foreplay during sex,
Yeah.
but like a preempt to know that.
So even
ooh,
a dirty text like right now while you're at work, that can be
that,
foreplay.
yeah, for
That's
sure.
foreplay.
You can
Okay.
start getting me going
Yeah,
any time of the
already.
day before the act.
Before the
anytime.
act, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for all your comments. Please continue engaging with us. We really appreciate it. For those who are not able to do it, maybe you're on the podcast platform, you can always follow us on TMI Podcast KE. And we have got a platform there where we're constantly engaging. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
On today's It's Messed Up, we are playing a really fun game because me and Joe feel like we know each other
know.
so well.
Extremely.
But do we?
But do we?
Yes.
Yeah.
So for today's game, we're going to be playing Two Truths and a Lie. And this is basically you say 3 statements. One of them needs to be a lie and 2 of them must be true. And then we'll see if we can figure out each other's. Do
I'm
you want to go first?
100% confident that I will figure out yours and that you won't figure out mine.
Oh yeah, she's so confident. Also, as we're doing it, play along. Guess as soon as you hear.
Yeah.
If you're on YouTube, please put it down in the comments. But guess and see if you're right.
If you're right. Okay,
Okay.
so I start.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. My 3 statements. 1, I had sex this morning. 2, I've had 3 careers since I left university. 3, my dream car is a BMW.
Your dream car is a Mercedes. You've been talking about it for a minute. But then I'm like, did you have sex this morning? I don't think you did. I
What
think you'd
makes
have
you think
told
I
me.
look? I don't look. I would have told
Yeah.
you. That's how close we are,
Yeah.
guys.
I feel like she'd have told me she had sex this morning.
You want me to read them again?
So read them again.
I had sex this morning. I've had 3 careers since I left university, and my dream car is a BMW.
I actually feel so sure that you didn't have sex this morning.
Yeah?
I feel like that's the lie.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
You're correct.
Oh! ooh, 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 ooh,
Good
yay!
job, good job. And yeah, I do really want a Mercedes, but like my ultimate dream is a BMW.
Which
but like now I
BMW?
want to. I don't really know because every time they come out with the new one, I'm like, yeah, that's
Yeah,
one.
that one.
That's one.
I
That's
love
the one.
BMWs
Yeah.
as well.
Even me.
Amen to that. You deserve that.
Amen. Yes.
Yeah.
And my I want my next car to be a Mercedes, but ultimately I want a BMW.
Amen for you,
Yes.
babe.
All
I
right,
hear you. I'm
yours.
so glad.
Good
so first of all,
job.
you're
I
wrong.
know.
You are wrong.
All right, your turn.
All right. So these are my 3 statements. I lost my virginity.
Lie. Sorry, go on.
I
was
lost-
just practicing. I was practicing.
I lost my virginity at 15. The first friend I made in England was called Alex. I have a dimple on the back of my shoulder.
You didn't lose your virginity at 15.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How old was I when I lost my virginity?
I think you were 19
No. Wow, thank you
or
so
18.
much.
So is that the lie?
No.
That's not the lie?
Yeah, it is.
I know, because I remember that episode when we were on TV and I remember we talked about that.
Yeah.
Remember?
It was 16.
It
was like
16,
1
yeah,
year
exactly.
off. Yeah.
That's what you were trying to do. She's trying.
Yeah.
She tried
'Cause
it.
Guess what? I feel
She
like
tried
the
it.
trick with that
I know.
is get it slightly
wrong.
off. Slightly off.
You're trying to trick me here.
Yes.
Oh, guys, we are 1-on-1. This
1-1.
next one. Okay. Ooh, wow. Okay, next one. First one, my favorite color is orange. Second statement, my husband and I have decided to have a 4th child. Last statement, I got married at 27. She's trying to calculate
Yes.
what the
So
year was.
first things first. You're 31 and you and Zach have been together for 5 years. You've done your 5-year anniversary.
Don't ask me questions. You answer
Yeah,
questions.
you let me calculate. So 30, 29, 28. That can be it.
So is that the lie?
But you and Zach had decided to have a 4th child. You would rather shave those braids that took you 2 days.
Would I?
Oh my God. What a tricky little miss. But also, if this is the truth about this child, you must have it for it to be true.
Oh.
Okay, say them again.
My favorite color is orange. My husband and I have decided to have a 4th child. I got married at 27.
That one, the 27 one, is a lie.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Lydia doesn't know me at all. I did get married at 27.
Are you serious?
We've been together 5 years, but we've been married 4 years. Yes. Of course, we have not decided to have a 4th child. In which universe?
But here's the thing. Yeah, I thought that was too much of a lie for you to make it the lie.
It is the lie.
Ooh,
it is the lie. Okay,
wow.
close. Yeah.
Girl.
Your turn.
Okay, fine.
Oh God, Lord, help me win this one, please. Please, Father.
So my first official job was at a call center. The first film I was in was called Duty Falls, and I've dated a Muslim guy before.
Say again. Read again.
My first official job was at a call center. Why do I feel like I'm in some kind of game show? Oh my God.
Stop sweating. No one is winning anything. There's no $1 million.
Okay. Sorry, my first official job was at a call center. The first film I was in was called Duty Falls, and I've dated a Muslim guy before.
You've never dated a Muslim guy.
Yeah? Final answer?
Final answer.
Incorrect. I actually have. My first boyfriend, he was from Nigeria, but he was Muslim.
Okay.
Yeah.
So which is the lie?
My first film I was in was not called Duty Falls. It was called Duty Calls.
That's such a... I don't think Lydia knows how to play this game.
Yeah, no, that's it. You're supposed to get it slightly wrong.
Also, have you ever told me what your first film is? Like, that's not even information that's even in my realm of understanding.
Have you ever told me...
If you think Lydia has cheated...
that your dream car was BMW?
Yeah!
No, you haven't.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Fine. Okay,
So,
fine.
Yeah, so we did well. No, that's
okay, fine. At least we tried
we
it.
Tried.
If you guys were guessing in the comments, tell us if you actually got any of those, because I feel like that those were really difficult, especially Lydia's. Like mine were kind of like
yeah.
easy-ish.
I'm embarrassed that I got yours wrong.
Yeah,
I'm embarrassed.
You should be.
I'll do what I can to recover. That was bad. But yeah, that's what today's It's Messed Up.
So today for TMI Talk, we're going to be helping one of you guys address a dilemma that you've been in. If you don't know, this is the segment where you send us your issues, your relationship, money, family, marriage, whatever kind of issues you're facing, and we help you answer the question. You can always DM us on our Instagram page, TMI Podcast KE. We will keep you anonymous. So in today's, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready for the full array?
I'm ready.
All right. So she says, hi, girls, please hide my ID. We always do. She said, wow, I never thought I'd need this kind of help, but honestly, I'm stuck. Yeah, no one ever expects
to
that
be
they're
on
going to be.
TMI
Exactly.
Talk, no.
I've been dating my man for 10 plus years. And he proposed a while. Please keep the...
smiling.
You're smiling. Yeah, you look really happy. And he proposed a while back. So that's great. I believed we were on track. Lakini recently, ni kama nimebebwa ufala. We've been engaged for almost 3 years. And whenever I ask or bring up wedding stories, there's always an excuse. It also doesn't help that everyone in our circle is getting hitched. See, I'm feeling pressure. When people ask what's the hold up, I can't answer because even me, I don't know. When I ask him, I'm never given a straight answer. Aki, what should I do?
Okay, so let's do the maths first. So they've been dating for 10 years and engaged 3, or dating for 10.
I think the 3 is part of the 10.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
because
you're about to be like a whole teenager. Your relationship is a teenager.
No, I was about to say no, draw the line.
Please, yeah.
Oh my God, here's the thing for me. First of all, I feel like the dating expectations should be from the get-go, right? What's the picture of your life? Talk to me what the picture of your life is, you know? If that person is just like, oh, let's see where it goes, you know, marriage is somewhere in the future, you know that there's nothing clear about where that could be. And if you jump to be part of that, especially women, because we can't make them marry you. You can't force him to propose, you know? When you jump on that, you jump on the man's vision of his timeline, right? If you guys are not in sync. So I feel like, you know, but you know what? You're here now.
And remember that now you're thinking about 30-year-old dating. If this was 10 years ago that you met Mike, at a 20-year-old Mike, you'd be asking him, what's the vision of your life? Does a 20-year-old man really, is he thinking about marriage?
For example, that's true. I did date someone when I was from 18 to 21. And it was just really weird to just like start talking about that. Fine. But now you're 22. Now you're 23. 24,
now you're 20, and now we are 30.
26. We are 36.
Yeah.
You know? There's a time period where it becomes, what are we doing? You know? So for me, this is what I would say. If you've had these conversations, I feel like it's for you now to decide what you want. Because it's clearly not happening.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not we can't tell you give him more time. 3
for
years
me, it's 3 years is a lot. I feel like one of the biggest issues for me in this is that she mentions about how everyone in her circle is getting hitched and she's feeling pressure. First of all, that's not a good reason for you to be trying to rush into marriage. No. I hope that it's actually because you genuinely love this person and you see yourself in a future with them. Please don't do it just because people are getting married and you're feeling pressure. Don't feel pressure, because even them, when their marriages are ending, God forbid they do. But if they do, I mean, will you also be feeling pressure for your marriage to end? No.
I think it makes the situation worse.
It makes it exactly. Oh God, so that's the first thing. And then secondly, I am never one to say that you should put an ultimatum. But I think it requires, if you keep asking the question and the person is not giving you an answer, now you need to stop making it questions and you need to make it more statements. You need to just sit down and have a conversation about, babe, you know, I love you and I really would love for us to take the next step. And I thought that when you proposed, that I thought we were going to go to the next step. But now that if we are not, I just want you to know that for me, I feel like I can only wait for so long. So make it an ultimatum without it being an ultimatum. Like, if we don't get married by December, I'm leaving you. Not like that. Just say that, you know, I'm reaching the end of myself.
You know, I feel like this is I found out my boyfriend was getting married on Facebook. Like,
yes, even
I think
me.
So.
Yeah.
I think so. I feel like if you're dating for 10 years, let's assume you even started at 18. Yeah, he's 28. I feel like at that point, that's a man who, if he's been with you for this long, he knows what he wants. Yeah. So I feel like it's probably, it might even be a matter of, yes, I want you and I want you to be my life, but not as my wife.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But why propose to her then?
Why do men
make her calm down? Why do men do anything? God.
Because maybe even before the engagement, if that was 7 years, it was like, when is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? Then he was like, fine.
Yeah, take your ring.
I feel like that's one of those. Because honestly, I feel like men, you know, my mom says, oh God, I hope I say this right. She says in Swahili.
Okay.
No, akufukuzae hakuambii toka.
Okay, yeah.
So somebody who wants to leave you, especially like men, they don't know how to tell you get out. Yeah. So they find all other ways. Yeah. He knows what you want. You screamed about it. He has people around him doing the thing that you want, yet he's not doing
blind.
It. I feel
he's
like
not blind. Just, yeah, exactly.
I don't think this is it for you.
And I was seeing something that said, why do women find it so hard to leave like toxic relationships or like relationships that are going nowhere? It's because we just feel like we've invested so much time and energy that the thought of losing all that is just like, where are you going to start? Like 10 years with this man, like where are you going to start? But girl, I mean...
I feel like this one, here's the thing, there are two options for me personally. You can be like, you love this man so much, he's so perfect, but he doesn't want to get married. You can decide that's the compromise you want to do, if that's what you want. Yeah. Or the other option is deciding that this man is so perfect, but he's not that perfect if he doesn't want to make me his wife. Yeah. And you choose that route. Those are the two options. And there are plenty of people who are doing A, there are plenty of people who are doing B. Yeah. But it might be one of those, he never wants to get married. Exactly. Or he's a come, we stay kind of guy.
Exactly. Yeah. So actually, that's a perfect way to sum it up. Those are your two options. Yeah. Whichever you choose, make sure it's a decision that you're willing to live with for the rest of your life. Yeah. The rest of your life. Yeah. And please report back and maybe come and tell us, like, how did things go? We'd love to know. If you guys have any other dilemmas you'd love for us to be able to help you answer, please let us know on our Instagram page, TMI Podcast KE. We love chatting with you guys there. We love engaging with you guys there. Please DM us.
Another episode in the bag. Thank you so much for always being here in between.
Not just another episode. That's the end of the season.
Oh, do you know, I thought that correctly, like I said something so
No, you
correct.
did it. I was just like, it's the end of the season.
It's the end of season 1. And you saw that 97% of podcasts don't make it past episode 3.
Yeah.
And look at us at episode 8.
I
So,
can't
and that's
believe it.
all because of you. So we appreciate you so much. For everyone who listens on the platform podcast, Spotify, Google Podcast, Apple Podcast, anywhere else, we appreciate you so much. And where to on YouTube. You guys are the best. Thank you so much.
We love you guys so much. The fact that we have the number of subscribers we do at the end of season 1, we are also currently the number 1 podcast on Spotify in Kenya, number 2 on Apple Podcast in Kenya. And you know what? Lydia, you're doing it. Lydia, you're doing it.
No, you're doing
it. Oh my God, we are so excited. And also, we just want to give a shout out to our producers, the guys at SEMA BOX. They're the ones who make all this possible. They make us look cute. They give us these awesome mics that make us look so professional. Thank you guys so much. And thank you guys so much for watching. Leave us your comments, your feedback. If you're listening on any podcast platform, feel free to DM us or, just find us wherever we are.
Please.
Find us wherever we are. We love you guys. See you in our next episode.
Bye.